Now it's time for something a little bit different. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Awkward Horology channel. No camera today. I'm in the process of moving house, so behind me are lots and lots of boxes as my office has become one of the designated sorting rooms for said move. So no camera today, just audio and B-roll. However, it always seems strange to me that I've only ever owned two Seikos. All stainless steel sports watches, the SRPE aka the DressKX, which I flipped towards the back end of the year, and now the discontinued Seiko SARY057, which is still in my collection, and I managed to pick up for a steal at just under £250 last year. And for me, Seikos are best when they're in their £250 to £500 range. I think that the models you can find at this price, generally speaking, are worth the money you pay for them. But as of late, Seiko has turned the screw with pricing, and we've all seen some noticeable QC issues on many of their watches, namely from the divers in the range. Now, you'd think that all of these admittedly self-imposed restrictions on Seiko buying would limit the number of Seikos I can purchase, and to a certain extent, you would be right. Models like the Sharp Edge GMT, 62 Mass Captain Willard, and my absolute favourite, the Seiko Diver Marine SteelMaster 200, brand new, is well out of reach. However, as you are aware, I am the horological equivalent of a dumpster diver and regularly troll eBay and the second-hand stores and marketplaces for great deals, and recently I found watches retailing at Seiko between £750 to £1,500, reduced closer to my target range of up to £500 plus a little bit of change. However, I still hesitated when seeing these models. Just as I was about to pull the trigger on another Orient, this beauty came up for sale and I snapped it up immediately. So let's take a look at it, shall we? Firstly, I want to give a big shout out to The Watcher. He has a YouTube channel where he specializes in modding watches, especially Seikos. He did me a great deal on this one, and you can see it is a custom build marinemaster 200, also known as the SteelMaster 200 or the SPB 185J1. Full retail on these bad boys in the UK are around £1,060, but you can find these brand new if you're prepared to look around at £750, and of course on the second-hand market you'll get these closer to £500 all day long. Now, this is custom built and has cost me much less than the original, and you know what, I couldn't be happier. The first thing I will do today is run through the specifications of this watch and tell you the major things that it gets right in connection to the Seiko SPB 185 and the things that don't quite match. First of all, this is a SteelMaster case with an OEM dial, so the measurements are 42mm in diameter, 12.5mm thick with a compact lug to lug of 48.8mm and a lug width of 20mm, all of which makes this watch wear perfectly on my 7.5 inch wrist. The bezel is 120 click unidirectional and it sounds good and feels good. LumiBright covers the hands, dial and lume pip, and covering the dial is a great piece of domed sapphire crystal with AR coating. As you can see, the major deviation on this dial from a regular SteelMaster is the colour matched date wheel. But that's not all. Instead of the 6R35 series, this one has a 4R35 or NH35, and it is commonly used on the second-hand market. And the bracelet, although a genuine pin and collar Seiko bracelet, has a bog standard mil clasp with 3 holes of micro adjust. So I hopped onto AliExpress during the sale and bought a slightly upgraded one for just under £3. So I guess the real question in today's video is, should you buy a modded watch? Well, I think that's a subjective answer, and it depends on what you want the watch for in the first place. This Seiko SPB 185 mod has done a couple of things for me. First of all, it has sated my want for a more expensive watch, which is always good in my opinion. And since it has genuine Seiko parts from the movement to the case, you can be sure that the quality is there. Next is the moral question around parts, and I take it on as someone with an MBA. Now, my take on it is that these parts are sourced from Seiko. usually via third parties, which means that somewhere along the supply chain Seiko have profited directly from the parts in this watch, in stark contrast to fakes where the original provider hasn't seen any profit, with money usually going to fund criminal enterprises. So in my book, a modded Seiko is absolutely fine by me. You just need to know where the watch has been modded if you are not modding it yourself, and trust the source. So, should you buy a modded watch? Well, if you want something unique and are happy with the seller, then why not? Finally, for me, I'm not going to be passing this watch off as a marinemaster. This is definitely a marinemaster mod. And why would I? I love this original sort of look. I love the fact that this is something a little bit different, but still has all the look and feel of the Seiko marinemaster from its truest form. Having the parts of a Seiko watch within a Seiko is sort of a little bit of a Russian doll type situation, but I'm okay with that. And I like what I've got. If you like the content of this video, please leave it a thumbs up, or why not consider a cheeky sub? I know you want to. Again, a big thank you to the watcher for this one. I have left his YouTube channel in the description below. Please head on over there to his channel and check out some of his work. Thanks for stopping by, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon.